Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney. I am the head of chaos here on the Breakfast Show. I love this business. I love radio, and I love having you folks along. And it's very enjoyable to work with flexible people. Our original plan was to be broadcasting right now from the United Methodist Church's concession stand, which is located in the 4-H building, out where all the action will be for the junk jaunt. But Brent is unable to set up at this time, so he's standing by, and I'm at the studio, fortunately, so we're good to go here. And just to show you how the morning's going, I left my phone on the charger at home. I got here, and Brent had come out here late last night after he got back from the ball games, and due diligence got set up, put his equipment together for today, gathered up the information we use for the breakfast show, and he got everything except half the school lunch menus, and I believe I've got all the live reads here. So I've got material to work with until Brent gets hooked up, and fortunately with technology these days, he has his smartphone with him, which has software on it, will allow him to broadcast live. When our guests arrive, Nebraska State Bank are expected to arrive at the 4-H building here in just a little bit, and I'll kind of watch and see when Brent gets hooked up, and we'll just roll along, and we'll make it all work. It's a wonderful world, and I love it because we can make it happen. And Brent's been up half the night, getting ready for the broadcast this morning, and of course he covered volleyball last night, and I was going to meet him out there this morning. I thought I better go to the station and work things up a little bit on my end, and then I'll go out. And then I realized that Brent had been here and he was already out there, so I'm putting stuff together, and I think, well, I'll wait till after 7 o'clock to where the news runs and back time to get the breakfast show going. And then Brent calls me and says, hey, Dave, the building's dark. Maybe we should have called and let them know that we wanted to get in early. So it's not on them, it's on us. But we'll get it all done. It's going to be a lot of fun. Junk Jaunt in full swing started yesterday, and today and tomorrow will be big days. Actually, I think the official days is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but as years have went by, everybody gets a little bit of an early start. So probably saw some traffic yesterday in town and in your town if you're along the highways where they travel, byways where they travel to do their shopping, their junk jaunt shopping. And we'll look forward to having a lot of company in our communities. And again, we do want to caution everybody out there that some of them are very new to the area, and they're hunting for things, and if they see something, they could abruptly turn around. So just be careful, and they might pull a U-turn that you don't normally see day to day, and that sort of thing. So be real careful out there. We want them to have a safe and happy time here so they'll come back again. Well, I mentioned that Brent was covering volleyball last night. You may have just heard the story on KCNI, KBBN about the Lady Indians' success. And Team Jack was yesterday. I heard Jack Simpson talking on KCNI this morning that their goal was $200,000, and when they closed the show at 6 o'clock last night, they were at $150,000, so they haven't quite made goal. But I would note that a lot of times money comes in a little bit later in the next few days, and so they may well get closer to that $200,000 goal than what they're at right now. So they had the show all day. You heard it on KCNI yesterday. So for today, and Brent will probably be talking about it, we'll have a Broken Bow at Cozad on KCNI, kickoff at 7. The pregame starts at 6. There'll be a little music in between, and then the guys will get ready for the kickoff. And that will be on KCNI, 1280 AM, 96.3 FM, online at kcni1280.com. And the pregame show is brought to you by Custer Electric and Irrigation. Here on KBBN, where I'm sitting, Mullen taking on Hyannis. Mullen is hotter than a firecracker, taking on their rival Hyannis. Kickoff at 7:30 Central time. Pregame show will start at 6. Pregame show is brought to you by Consolidated. So that's the sports lineup. And then tomorrow, let's see here, no football because it's a bye week. So Brent has scheduled some volleyball for you, as the Lady Huskers are undefeated so far, taking on Maryland. Airtime 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon on KBBN. So those are some things that we wanted to cover here real quick. We want to talk about lots of other things and get going here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Let me read the menus to you that I have. You know what? Maybe, just maybe, I'll double check and make sure the other half of the menus aren't out at the fairgrounds. So that gives me a chance to play a little oldies for you. We're going to switch from 90s rock yesterday to oldies today here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. I believe there were other covers of that over the years. In fact, a lot of them. One of those, Roy Orbison, covered Jimmy Reed with Big Boss Man. You might remember that. All right, I did find it, all the menus are here, and I also have the sheet for the game. So we're good to go. Let's take a look at the school lunch menus, and I've got my half that I usually do right here, if they don't slide under the counter. All right, here we go. Broken Bow lunch menu for today: taco burgers, pepperoni pizza, fresh baked zesty combo subs, uncrustable cheese and cracker platter, grill station combo spicy chicken sandwich basket for the Broken Bow schools today. Arcadia, featuring no school, which I'm sure the kids are happy about. No school today at Arcadia. Arnold On this 26th day of September, Sloppy Joe on a bun. Anselmo Myrna today, Taco Burger, Pizza Hut Pizza, Uncrustable Cheese and Cracker Platter. And Litchfield, let's see what's at Litchfield today. They're having corn dogs, fruit, vegetables, and milk at Litchfield. At the Prairie Pioneer Center today, they are having tomato bisque soup, egg salad sandwich, crackers, and fruit. The number to call to let them know if you're bringing a guest, maybe need some extra plates today, call them at 872-6121. Also, if you're brand new and want to give it a try, you want some of that tomato bisque soup, call them at 872-6121. You can use that same number to set up home delivery. And that's my half that I usually read. Over here on my right, I got papers everywhere. Callaway Public Schools today. No school at Callaway, so happy kids there as well. And let's see which school this is. They don't have a name on it, but I'll get to it. Just be patient with me, I believe. Well, I'll put that one on the side. I'm not sure exactly which school that is. Sandhill School today having pizza. And SEM today featuring pizza as well. And the Sargent Schools today, hot ham and cheese with chips, baked beans, fruit cup, and milk. And who else do we have here? Well, the last one doesn't have. Oh, it's Gothenburg. There we go. Taco Burger, cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza, grill station combo, cheeseburger basket, fresh baked zesty combo sub, make it fresh salad station, teriyaki chicken with flatbread, a nacho snackable, uncrustable cheese and cracker platter. How do they eat all that? They got quite a selection there on a Friday at Gothenburg. Good morning, Gothenburg. How you doing? All right, that's the school lunch menus. Let me put those in that folder. There we go. Staying organized is difficult when you're scattered. All right, let's play the game real quick here. Looks like Brent is hooked up, so if we play the game, I think we can probably check in with Brent. He's probably got Nebraska State Bank there. So here's the deal. If you call in and you answer correctly, we will donate on your behalf $5 to the Inclusive Playground Fund Drive, and you'll win a prize, and I don't have it with me right over here right now, so I might let you pick, but we'll get you something to eat, too, as well. So here's the question, the trivia question for today. What powers most of the cars driven in the show The Flintstones? Remember the Flintstones? It's been 65 years since it first showed on ABC. Of course, it was in black and white, later turned to color. What powers most of the cars driven in the show? Cattle, engines, feet, or horses? Call us at 872-2801 and win yourself a prize and make a donation to the Playground Fund.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show with Dave and Brent.
Aero Aviation is happy to have served the area since 1971, and they look forward to serving you for years to come. Their aircraft is equipped with the latest in GPS guidance and flow control technology, and they're always searching for the next big thing in aviation. Contact Casey and Melissa Williams at 872-5113 and talk to them about your fall pasture spraying. That's Aero Aviation, proud to serve Custer County and surrounding areas.
At Team Physical Therapy, we offer extended hours, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday, and walk-ins are always welcome because we feel convenience couldn't be more important when it comes to your health. Even further, we can visit you in-home for physical therapy if you can't make it to our office. From pre- and post-pregnancy pain to dry needling and everything in between, call Team Physical Therapy at 872-5111 or visit us at myteampt.com. It's your choice. Choose right. Choose Team Physical Therapy.
And we have a caller on the line. Didn't get a chance to find out who we're talking to, so let's find out right now. Who do we have on the phone?
This is Jerry.
Jerry, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay.
Good, good. So you remember 65 years ago, so you must be somewhere near my age.
Oh, yeah.
Flintstones, how did they power their cars? Cattle, engines, feet, or horses?
Feet.
That is correct. So when you get here, tell them Dave didn't have the prize lined up. Here's what I would like to eat. And you also have made a donation on Art will make it for you, $5 donation to the Kids Playground Fund.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Thanks, Jerry.
Yeah, thanks.
Take care. All right. Thank you, Jerry. Yeah, that was Yabba Dabba Doo, and away they go, powering their cars with their feet. Well, I see that Brent is hooked up, and since today is just a complete gamble anyway, I'm going to take a 42-second timeout and see if Brent is hooked up and ready to go. He probably has guests from Nebraska State Bank on hand. Stay tuned.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
It's the best start to my day.
Join us for an unforgettable evening, the Healing Hearts and Families Gala, which is Friday, October 4th at 5:30 p.m. at the One Box Convention Center. This year's theme is Denim and Diamonds, a chance to sparkle, celebrate, and change lives. Every ticket, every donation helps support local families in crisis and gives them hope for a brighter tomorrow. It's a night of community, compassion, and making a real difference together. Get your tickets, make a donation, or register by calling 872-2420 or visiting Healing Hearts and Families on Facebook. Again, that's 872-2420. Don't miss out on Denim and Diamonds, October 4th, where your night out helps families build a better future.
All right, right on time, 7:47. Let's go out to the Custer County Fairgrounds. Brent Apperson is standing by with Kyle from Nebraska State Bank. We'll send it to you, Brent.
All right, Dave, thank you. And good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 4-H building as we are live. Of course, a lot of things happening here at the fairgrounds, kind of one of the hubs of Junk Jaunt here in the Broken Bow area. So we will see this place really get to hopping here as the day moves along. We've loved coming out here the last few years. We do the show live, and it is very difficult to do the show live here in the morning and look at all of these goodies and smell the food coming from the kitchen. So we'll talk about that a little bit more as we go through the course of the morning. But we do have Kyle with us from Nebraska State Bank. Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
Fantastic. Thanks for coming out to join us here.
Yeah, anytime. You know, when I come on, it's always doom and gloom, but we'll try to make it a little peppier today.
Well, I want to say when we have done it here at the fairgrounds for Junk Jaunt, you've been our guest. I think, and the representative, right? The last couple of years, if I remember right.
At least I've been here, so.
Yeah. So, well, it's great to have you here this morning, and I do know that one of the main things you deal with at Nebraska State Bank, and we're talking about it more and more, which is a little frustrating, I think, in and of itself, but that's the fact that there are people who spend their lives trying to scam people out of their lives. And
correct.
And I know that Nebraska State Bank takes this very seriously, and you're right in the middle of it, right?
Yep, I'm in charge of all of our cybersecurity and things there. So the more we can educate people, the more we'll come out and do it. And we're happy to talk with anybody, any business, and just kind of let you know some tips and tricks. And I've got something on that a little bit down the line here. The reason you always see me when you come here is because it's right before October, and October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And so that's always my time to get up on my pulpit and preach to everybody. So,
well, preach away, brother. Preach away, brother Kyle.
We try to do a little bit for October just to promote that yearly. We always participate in the American Bankers Association's Banks Never Ask That campaign, which is out there to educate people on what banks will actually talk to you about when they call you, when you call them, just to make sure that you're not giving information to people that are not your bank. You know, there's private questions over the phone. We'll never ask you for your PIN for your card. We won't ask you for your card number. Things like that, that a criminal will tell you, hey, we need that information in order to do this. We won't ask you for passwords. So if you ever get a call and you're not quite sure that if it's the bank or not, just tell them you're going to call them back, and then call your bank back at the direct number. Ours is 872-2466, and an employee will tell you, yes, we called you, or no, and let's keep an eye on things and make sure that you don't fall for something.
Yeah. I'm just going to do a little testimonial here. I'm not afraid of it. Well, as you know, we were talking about this before we came on the air. I'm a big Chicago Cubs fan. Don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah.
But the Cubs lost one of their greats, Ryan Sandberg.
Yep.
Unfortunately passed away earlier this year. And he was Brent's favorite player. And so Brent happened to be on Facebook. And, he saw this commemorative shirt for Ryan Sandberg. I'm like, oh, I got to get this. So I go through all the thing, send off all the information, and pretty soon I see that my payment has been declined. I'm getting a phone message, and it's actually saying, hey, we didn't allow your payment to go through because we're afraid this might be fraud or whatever. And I'm guessing that banks are moving to that now. You're taking precautions on the front end too to protect customers. Am I right on that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're doing things that are behavioral based, location based.
And this was location based. I can tell you that my payment was going to go to Hong Kong or somewhere like that. So I'm a little embarrassed to say it, but it was a weak moment for Brent.
It happens. It happens to everybody. That's how they try to prey on you. They find moments, and it's despicable of them. They use disasters. They use scenarios like that. They try to tug on the heartstrings because that's where people are vulnerable to them. That's a great thing about humanity, and they try to take advantage of it.
Yeah. So what are some other things that Nebraska State Bank is doing to protect the customer? I know that you're working on things each and every day, and I'm sure a lot of it is reactive based on what's happening to your customers and the information that they bring you.
Yeah, we have a great staff, locally housed, and they take the calls themselves. And that's the great thing is that, we're a small community, and our staff does tend to know our customers. And so we'll receive phone calls from people pretending to be other people, say a family member just died and they're taking advantage of the trust, that they've read the obituary and they're trying to get involved. And so we know, no, that's not his wife, things of that nature. We have people who monitor checks that are being deposited all the time. We've got some products that help alleviate check fraud. It's checking signatures and things of that nature, making sure the checks weren't washed, stuff like that. But it's behind the scenes, right? We're going to take advantage of the American Bankers Association's Practice Safe Checks. I got to say that slowly.
Yeah.
Campaign again this year, and it's important to remember that every time you write a check and send it to somebody, your bank account number is on that check. So you need to make sure that you're sending it to the people that need to be seeing it. Use gel pens when you fill out a check. They're harder to wash off with acetone. And fill in all the blank spaces on a check. Don't let somebody have room to write and fill stuff out on there. And then, monitor your account. That's, a huge step is just, it's your money. You should be checking and saying, oh, I don't know why that money came out of there. And then if you're not sure, that's when you call your bank and you start to look into it a little bit. Is it a weird vendor name behind who you actually purchased that from? We can help you find that out if you call and let us know.
Kyle, I'm sure that the sooner, if someone is monitoring their account and they see something that they just think might be fishy, call immediately, right? Don't sit on it.
Absolutely.
The sooner they can let you know, even if it's maybe something that isn't fishy, it is legit. At least you know that, right?
Yep, and then you'll know that for the future. The faster you can do these things, the better. Getting notifications on your phone every time there's a charge against your account is a great way to do it. Sometimes it gets confusing because some businesses charge you right away. Some businesses wait until the end of the day. And if it's on a Friday, it might not get charged until Monday. And so sometimes those get people, oh, I didn't spend money this morning, but it was actually the day before that it happened. But yeah, just be diligent and give us a call. We're happy to help you out. Anything to help our customers. That's where we want to be. We're in it to help the community in any way we can. So that's just one of the measures we can take.
We've obviously spent a lot of time on the customer. I'm just kind of curious, from the bank perspective, how have you seen these people, scammers, whatever, try to attack the bank itself? Because I assume that they are trying to do that, and I can only imagine the parameters that you guys have had to take with all of this going on.
Yeah, the biggest attacks that we see right now, other than people trying to impersonate customers and do that type of thing, email. They try to get us through email all the time, sending what we call phishing emails out and trying to get information. They try to jump into ads on different websites, and those websites, the ones we usually use, they try hard not to let those happen, but you never know where an ad's going to take you on the side of a website. And so we have to be diligent on not getting sidetracked. Some of those ads and websites, they look very enticing, make you really want to click on them, but don't do it. Go to a reputable site and read about it if there's a big headline you want to read about. And it's always, we're a hot target, so people just trying to get information from the bank is the biggest one, and trying to do account takeovers, things like that nature, business email compromise. I don't know how many people try to pretend they're Stuart Fox and send emails and we have to block them from different sources. So we see a lot of things, and a lot of it never makes it to our employees. We tried our hardest on the technology side to make sure that stuff doesn't get through, but once in a while somebody's really good at crafting something and it does get through. And then all of our employees, we have a button in their email. If they think something's fishy, they just send it to me, and I'll review it. And for every employee, I'll tell them, no, that one's legitimate, go ahead. Call that bank back, make sure that it's legitimate business we're doing, or nope, that one, don't even bother with that one, let's get rid of it. So, that's just part of my daily activities there, so.
Yeah. I believe that some members of Nebraska State Bank, as they have come in over the weeks, I hope I'm right on this, you guys are moving to the tap card, right? Because I'm being told that's actually the safest way to make a transaction now is with the tap card. Is that right?
Yeah, that is correct. So we are mailing those out. So if anybody gets a card in the mail and their card is not expired right now, it's because we're rolling out the new tap cards. Okay. And we're doing it by month of your expiration, but not by year, just to get those new ones out. And yes, so what happens when you tap a card instead of swiping it is that tap actually does a different token for each purchase and never actually puts your card information at the credit card terminal. And so every time you use it, that changes. And so when you use that tap feature or you use your mobile wallet feature, it separates itself one more step from the actual card information. So it makes it tougher on a criminal to sit in the middle and try to intercept that.
All right. Let's see, other things that you wanted to mention here?
We've got a nice, fun fraud training that we're going to do this month, a couple of them for businesses in the area. October 10th and October 15th, we're going to be at the library meeting room in Broken Bow from noon to 1, and we're doing fraud training for businesses in the area. You don't have to be a customer of ours, just any business. There will be lunch provided, so please RSVP for it. Call 872-2466. Let us know if you can make it. We're doing this for free for any business in the county that wants to come and learn more about protecting your business, things you can do, things banks can do to help, just questions to ask, and we'll we'll stick around afterwards, answer some questions individually. We'll go over some topics like wire fraud, ACH fraud, protecting your email, training your employees, some fun things like that. All Nebraska State Bank employees in different areas that handle fraud. So we'll just be doing a quick run through, but then, yeah, we're happy to stick around and do some diving in and seeing if there's some things to help your business, whether you're a customer of ours or not. And then also, if you haven't been checking out our Cash the Eagle Facebook page, every Friday we do a Fraud Friday, a little tidbit on there. So everybody subscribe to that if you want to catch some recent information on things that are coming out from the criminals that we're seeing in different areas. And, just keep yourself up to date. Keep your mom, your grandma, your best friend up to date with everything, because the more we all know and the more we can help each other, the less leverage the criminals have on us.
Yeah. Going back to your event on October 10th and 15th, right?
Correct.
Both days. Pre-register for this? Just show up? Or
no, please call ahead so that we have enough lunch and seats.
Okay. Right.
We hope to fill the room both times at the library, and if we do, fantastic. We'll schedule another one just to try to keep everybody in there, because this is a big topic for everybody. So yeah, call 872-2466 and we'll get you put down on the list, and we hope to see as many businesses represented there as we can.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate Nebraska State Bank because I know you take this extremely seriously, and we thank you for that.
Well, we just want to help the community out in any way we can. So.
Great to talk to you this morning. Was there anything else? Did we touch on all of your notes and everything?
Highlighted on everything. My book here that I have. So.
All right. Well, hey, it's great to see you.
Thank you.
And I know you cheer for that other team in Chicago when it comes to baseball, but since they won't be in the postseason, and the Cubs will, can you find it in yourself to root for my Cubs and give them a little support?
I think I can. I've always had a little soft spot for the Cubs because it seems to be like they flip-flopped with my Sox. When one team's good, the other one's not very good. So the crosstown rivalry is always fun to watch. I've gone to some of those games.
Have you?
And been there, 12 innings of one-run ball in the cold of May, and you're too cold to even drink your beer in the stands. But, I enjoy going to Wrigley. It's a fun field to go to. And so I think I'll try to hold down the fort and give you another Chicago vote during the playoffs.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah.
It's great to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Appreciate it.
All right. There you go. Kyle Stringham with Nebraska State Bank. Businesses, make sure you take note of those events coming up on October 10th and October 15th and get signed up. All right. We will send it back to the studio.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Former FBI Director James Comey responded on Instagram after he was indicted on felony charges of obstruction and making a false statement when he denied leaking information to the press during congressional testimony in 2020.
My heart is broken for the Department of Justice, but I have great confidence in the federal judicial system, and I'm innocent.
President Trump slapping new tariffs on imported furniture, heavy trucks, and medications made overseas. CBS's Kelly O'Grady says pharma companies with plans for manufacturing here get a break.
Companies like Eli Lilly, Johnson & Johnson, some of those big drug makers, have already committed to tens of billions of dollars, so they would be exempt in this case.
Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu about to open today's session of the UN General Assembly. Middle East expert Aaron David Miller.
He's going to denounce leaders who, instead of denouncing Hamas, have essentially denounced the state of Israel.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
In Nebraska news, in a story released by KOLN, a 19-year-old North Dakota driver was hurt and found responsible for a crash at a Gage County intersection on Wednesday. The Gage County Sheriff's deputies were called to a two-vehicle crash south of Pickerel at the intersection of South 5th Road and East Dogwood Road at 12:30 p.m. Deputies conducted an investigation on scene and determined that the 19-year-old man was driving a Ford F-150 eastbound on Dogwood Road and failed to stop at the stop sign. The sheriff's office said his vehicle entered the intersection and collided with a Chevrolet Silverado traveling southbound. Deputies said the Chevy was driven by a 57-year-old Beatrice man and is owned by the Nebraska Public Power District. The teen was taken by Beatrice Rescue to Beatrice Community Hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. The driver and the passenger in the Chevy were assessed on scene for any injuries and were not transported. The sheriff's office said alcohol nor drugs were not a factor in the crash, and the teen was cited for violating a stop sign. This has been a Nebraska News Update. I'm Jack Simpson reporting for Central Nebraska's News Source.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Monsi Bolaños.
The Seahawks improved to 3-1 after defeating the Cardinals in Arizona 23-20. Kicker Jason Myers hit a 52-yard field goal to walk it off for Seattle. Arizona struggled offensively in the first half, only scoring 3 points, but came alive in the second half and even tied the game with 28 seconds left in regulation, but it wasn't enough.
We just haven't put it together like I think we're capable of putting it together. Those are just words. It's my job to make sure that we put it together. So that's what we'll be working on.
That was Arizona head coach Jonathan Gannon. In baseball, the Dodgers clinched the NL West by shutting out the Diamondbacks 8-0. Shohei Ohtani hit home run number 54 on the season, which ties a career high, while the Mets defeated the Cubs 8-5, and the Reds stayed alive, edging the Pirates 2-1. So New York has a 1-game lead on Cincinnati and a 2-game lead on Arizona for the final wildcard spot in the National League.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Today, with daytime highs approaching 81. Southerly winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Lows around 52. Tonight, mainly clear. Highs around 75. Tomorrow, bright sunshine expected. Daytime highs approaching 82. Sunday, under mainly clear skies. 81 Monday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Whether you love them or can't stand them, surprises are a part of life. Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn.
And I'm Tim McCaslin.
Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, and we can help you get ready for whatever life throws at you, even the welcome surprises. As your needs change, we can change what you need to do to help you end up where you want to be. And while there is never a good time to experience unexpected costs, we can work together to help you make them feel a little less unexpected. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
It is 8:09. Let's go outside and find out what it really feels like with Happy Jack Simpson. Jack, what's it like out there?
Well, it's a Friday. It's absolutely beautiful. There's not a cloud in the sky. 51 degrees outside. Wind's not a factor as of right now. Barometric pressure at 29.96. Humidity 80%. No rain in the last 24 hours. The precipitation for this month at 3 inches and 24 hundredths. A high yesterday of 82. Overnight low of 50. Sun setting today, 7:28. Sun rising and starting out the weekend and the morning at 7:31 tomorrow.
All right. Any traffic jams out there?
Not traffic jams, but I can tell you that they are stopped just in front of the curve that leads to Myrna, just north of the Berean Bible Church.
All right. Thank you, Jack.
You're welcome.
9 minutes past the hour. Real quick, I want to remind you folks that the courthouse at Brewster, Blaine County Courthouse, is closed today. So if you're planning on doing some business there, the courthouse is closed today. And again, here in Broken Bow at the Custer County Courthouse, the driver's test office has been closed all week and will be closed today as well. 10 minutes past the hour. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. We'll take a quick break and continue with oldies and the broadcast live from the Custer County Fairgrounds from the 4-H building where the United Methodist Church is selling good food. Breakfast, dinner, and supper. We'll talk more about that as we go.
Business owners, fraud can cost you thousands, but 1 hour of your time could protect your bottom line. Join Nebraska State Bank for a fraud training for local businesses at the Broken Bow Public Library. 2 sessions will be available, Friday, October 10th or Wednesday, October 15th, both from noon until 1. Lunch will be provided. Seating is limited, so reserve your spot today at 872-2466. All area businesses are welcome. Don't miss this chance to learn how to protect your business from fraud. Nebraska State Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
She's real fine, my 409. She's real fine, my 409, my 409. Well, I saved my pennies and I saved my dimes. Giddy up, 409. For I knew there would be a time. Giddy up, 409. When I would buy a brand new 409. Giddy up, 409. Giddy up, 409. Giddy up, 409. Giddy up, 409. Nothing can catch her, nothing can touch my 409. 409. Ooh, giddy up, giddy up. 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 When I take her to the track, she really shines. Giddy up, 409. She always turns in the fastest time. Giddy up, 409. My 4-speed dual quad positive traction 409. 409. Giddy up, 409. Giddy up, 409. Giddy up, 409. Giddy up, 409. Nothing can catch her, nothing can touch my 409. 409. 409. Giddy up, 409. Giddy up, 409.
Make us part of your morning routine.
Just really great music, and you guys are fun and active and lively and just a good station.
Central Nebraska wakes up with Dave and Brent on The Breakfast Show.
Life moves at the speed of light. Don't let pain put you on pause. At Rise Rehab and Performance, we believe everyone deserves to feel their best without pain holding them back. Whether it's recovering from an injury, managing chronic pain, or just getting back to doing what you love, our expert team is here to help take the first steps toward healing. Personalized care, cutting-edge treatments, and results that speak for themselves. Rise Rehab and Performance, 872-5800. We rehab, you recover, then rise.
And we come back live to the 4-H building here in Broken Bow, Nebraska, out at the Custer County Fairgrounds. That's where a lot of things are happening regarding Junk Jaunt, which, of course, is this weekend. And so we've invited our guests on the Breakfast Show to come out and join us here at the Custer County Fairgrounds. And we have a couple of our teammates with us now. How's that for a segue?
Hey, that's pretty good, Brent. Good morning, and I hope everyone has their best ever defensive driving skills intact today.
Yes, that's always a good reminder this weekend, isn't it, Deb?
Throw that out there.
Yeah. Deb McCaslin is here, and one of our KCNI KBBN radio teammates is here, too. Tina Hurd, good to see you.
Good morning.
Well, let's talk about teammates. I know that we've been talking about this for, several weeks now, just the push of the need for mentors. And before we get to that, I want to go back to earlier in the week because I know that Runza teamed up with the Teammates program, and it was a great day, especially here in Custer County, wasn't it, Deb?
We had delivered over 400 Runzas, choices, Runzas
Sure.
By 11 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
It was an amazing day. I tell you, that Runza crew, they work hard. They were absolutely efficient and amazing, and they didn't even holler at me when they would trip over me, so it was good.
Well, I think that Doug Groffel, who is handling news for us now at KCNI KBBN, reached out to Runza, and he gave some numbers of their sales on that day compared to average numbers on a regular day, and it sounded like it was almost double. The community really came out to support the Teammates program, didn't it?
It was absolutely fantastic. I smiled an exhausting smile the rest of the day because I was pretty wiped by the end of the day. But my gosh, they did such a good job for us. And we partnered with other Teammates groups in the county.
Okay.
So it was Broken Bow, Callaway, and Anselmo Myrna.
Wonderful. So the funds that are raised, just kind of give people a little bit of an idea of what. Well, we'll talk about the Broken Bow chapter, what Broken Bow uses those funds for, because I know sometimes you get everybody together, you do parties, you try to bring everybody together. What are some of the funds raised for that came out of Tuesday?
Definitely our activities, because we plan to take the kids to a UNK volleyball game yet this fall. We usually go to the movies, we have picnics, we go bowling, we do just different activities, lots and lots of books. We send books home with kids. But the other things is there's some just inbuilt expenses to run the Teammates program. We do a background check on each of our mentors as they come onto the program. That's not free. I wish it were, but it's not.
Right.
But we feel like it's such an important element because it's something that we guarantee the parents. It's a wonderful, safe environment, and we feel that it's necessary.
Yeah.
Insurance. Just different elements that you wouldn't think of. Are there.
Yeah.
And if you've walked into that school and seen that book vending machine.
I haven't yet, but I hear it's great.
Kids
it's pretty neat.
Love it. Tina, what do you think?
Well, I was so excited when you were coming with me because you do most of the talking.
Well, just hang in there, Tina. We're going to put you in the spotlight here in just a moment, so you hang on now.
She is a rock star mentor, by the way. She comes in with all these craft ideas. I don't have a crafty bone in my body, but every so often she comes up with something that requires no skill from me to do, so I can handle it.
There you go.
It's been pretty fun. Yeah. I've enjoyed it.
Well, let's just talk about that a little bit. How long have you been a mentor, and what inspired you to become one?
Well, in all honesty, what inspired me to become a mentor was my youngest was graduating.
Yeah.
And I thought, I think I need something to fulfill. And so I reached out to Deb, and I have really enjoyed it. See, I'm getting teary-eyed.
Yeah. Wow.
But it's heartwarming. And when you go every week and that little kid just runs to you, and it's like there's nothing better. Sometimes my kids run from me.
Yes, I know the feeling.
So it's like, someone's excited to see me. It's good. It's heartwarming. It's good. Yeah.
It really is. I think the shock to me last year, because, last year we kicked it off back into the elementary school I did have, a third grader, but the kindergartners would always be coming down the aisle, hallway the same time I was waiting for my mentee. And the kindergartners got to know me. So I became Grandma Deb. Yeah. I tied at least 2 to 3 shoes every week. Grandma Deb, will you tie my shoe? I was like, oh yes.
Well, what I like, too, about the mentor program is as we've gotten to know it better just in visiting with people like the two of you and others who are involved in Teammates, is from the mentor aspect, I see all kinds of different ages. I see, the
old
older,
fogey.
Well, I mean, seriously, the older generation, others who are younger parents, middle-aged parents, and to see the interaction, and I have seen it, the interaction of the adults with the kids, it's really a very neat thing to see. Yeah. I think when you get the difference in generations, but yet you see the way they get along and get together, which I think is extremely important.
And what's really cool is the mentors have the wonderful privilege of being in the school each week. You see the artwork on the walls, you talk to the students, you talk to the teachers stop and talk to you, if they've got a minute and go, how's it going? And it just allows you to be part of the heartbeat of the school, and the school is really the heartbeat of the community.
Mm-hmm. And I would say, too, and you guys can, I think, talk more on this than I can, but don't be intimidated by thinking, oh, well, what would I have in common with a school-aged child, right?
You'd be amazed.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, at first I was like, oh, this is going to be really awkward. And the first couple times are, but it just, you just find something and
then you get to know each other, don't you? Yeah. Let's see. Other things regarding teammates, Deb, that you wanted to visit about here this morning.
Well, one thing I really would like to say is that the other thing that's happened since the beginning of the school years, we've had quite a few more kids sign up. You know, we've got 5 brand new mentors that are in the system right now. They're in the process of being matched. Mm-hmm. And our coordinator does a great job of getting the interests of the child and the interests of the adult and try to match them. You know, if somebody really loves crafts, they will match them with somebody who loves crafts.
Okay.
I remember a couple of years ago, we had a great male mentor who's since had to move out of the community. But his thing was model rockets. And lo and behold, if we didn't have a junior high kid who on this system put model rockets, I mean, it was a match made in heaven. And they made a model rocket that year. It was really cool. But we've got 9 more that have signed up in the last couple of weeks. So we literally need to find 9 more mentors.
All right. When someone, I don't know if I've asked this question before, but when someone signs up to be a mentor, I mean, obviously there's a process that you have to go through. How long does that process take?
It can be done in about 3 weeks.
Okay.
At the max a month, if they get right on it. By right on it, it's not the teammate's home office that ever holds it up. It's, you know, it's from the time that an individual says, yeah, I'd really like to do this. If they wait 2 weeks before they sign into teammates.org, it's going to take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But when they sign into teammates.org, they'll fill out a form, and then they will be sent a secure link because they'll need some more information in order to do the background check. Mm-hmm. And several times I've had a call to me and said, they just sent me this link from this particular company. Is it legit? Absolutely, it's legit. Please fill it out.
Okay.
And so then the background check, my background check when I came into the system, they informed me took longer than anybody else's. And
oh boy, what does that mean, Deb?
It's because I had lived in so many foreign countries.
Okay.
I'd lived in Taiwan, I'd lived in Germany, I'd lived in the Philippines, and they went literally to those countries and checked. So I was checked through international systems in addition to the U.S. systems. And I lived there 20 years ago. They said, you know, we don't leave any stones unturned. So
and that's good.
That gave me real faith in the system. So mine took 10 days instead of 48 hours.
Yeah.
And you do put down a couple of references, and they do take the time to call each of these references.
All right. Okay. Anything else that you want to mention?
Training is easy.
Okay.
Training is done online now.
Okay.
And then there's an interview with our coordinator. So the minute the background check is done, I mean, it's just lickety-split and you're good to roll.
All right.
I would encourage anybody who's considering it, just go for it. Just give it a try.
Yeah.
Tina, were you surprised that it did not take as much time as you thought it would?
Yeah,
on my end, it felt like it took forever because I was so excited just to get started.
No, I'm talking about once you got into the system.
Yeah, meeting with your mentee.
It was pretty quick, yeah.
So I guess the point I'm getting to is when I talk to some people, I go, you know, I just don't have the time. I work so many hours, I just don't have the time. And my comment is, do you leave for lunch? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you love to have lunch with a youngster once a week? And, you know, when you start thinking of that, actually when I was at my busiest job ever, which is the newspaper, the media, you get pretty busy.
We tend to stay busy, yes.
I actually ate lunch once a week.
There you go. Yeah. Sometimes it's a reason to take a break for lunch,
If you
isn't it?
time it in your schedule and you just know, okay, every Tuesday I have lunch from 11:30 to 12:30 or, whatever time works best for the kids. But now they've opened up breakfast. And so you can go for breakfast with them instead. So
Several of our new mentors who have businesses that they cannot leave over the noon hour, this breakfast is going to work out great because it's before their business hours.
Okay. So there you go, folks. You can see the flexibility that is there as well if you want to be a mentor.
And a huge shout out to Casey and I, KBBN, because our new mentors are coming in because of your breakfast show.
Oh, well, that's fantastic.
Score!
All right.
Win-win.
Well, good. Well, we're happy to hear that. So, thank you both for coming in and talking about teammates and talking about the importance of the program. So we appreciate it. 8:25 is the time. We're going to step away for a break. We'll be back with more after these words.
Hi, this is Carson Leaphart with Burning Bank. As the leaves change and the harvest comes in, there's a familiar rhythm in the air, the pace of progress and the pull of home. At Burning Bank, we know fall isn't just about cooler weather or shorter days, it's about preparing for what's next. We are here with local decisions, ag lending, business support, and personalized service built for your farm, family, and your future. This fall, let's build, grow, and thrive together. Burning Bank, member FDIC.
Explore a career in broadcasting. Jobs in advertising, sales, news, sports, digital content, and more are available at the Nebraska Broadcasters Association Virtual Job Fair next week at broadcastersvirtualjobfair.com. See the kinds of jobs available, as well as specific positions here at KCNI KBBN. You can apply for jobs online. It starts Monday. Brought to you by KCNI KBBN at broadcastersvirtualjobfair.com. KCNI KBBN is an equal opportunity employer.
Ready or not, Junk Jaunt is here. They're ready at the Secret Garden, where they have their largest sale ever ready for you to browse. 36 tables packed full with treasures, plus a huge clearance section in the store marked at half off. Come hungry, homemade baked goods, quiche, pulled chicken or pork sandwiches, and loaded potatoes will be for sale. Open Thursday 1 to 6, Friday and Saturday 8 to 7, and Sunday 8 to noon, with delicious smoothies and frappes as well as pumpkins. The Secret Garden, outside of Myrna.
In the summertime, when the weather is high, you can stretch right up and touch the sky. When the weather's fine, you got women on your mind. Have a drink, have a drive, go out and see what you can find. If a daddy's rich, take her out for a meal. If a daddy's poor, just do what you feel. Speed along the lane, you go down or a turn of 25. When the sun goes down, you can make it good and live by. When I grab people, when I dirty, when I mean, we love everybody, but we do as we please. When the weather's fine, we go fishing or go sailing in the sea. We're always happy, lives we're living, yeah, that's our philosophy. Sing along with us, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, da-da-da-da-da, yeah, we're happy. Da-da-da, dee-da-da-dee-da-da-da-da. Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da, all right, da-da-da-da-da. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. All right. When the winter's here, yeah, it's party time. Bring a bottle, wagon back, 'cause it'll soon be summertime. And we'll sing again. We go driving, or maybe we'll settle down. If she's rich, if she's nice, bring your friends, and we'll all go into town.